After all this chitter chatter of the pool being slow, too shallow, too much junk in it, we see yet another world record. And it was in the mixed 4x100 medley relay. And before you start throwing in the comments, it's not a real race, the world record's not that old, it's not that new, let me just read out the splits from the world record. It was GB at the last Olympics with a 58.8 backstroke from Kat Dawson. They then had a 56.7, 56 for breaststroke, 56.78 from Adam Peaty, a 50.00 butterfly from Jimmy Guy, and a 52.00 freestyle from Anna Hopkin. That's a fast team, that's a fast world record. But as I was saying on the live show, statistically it is quicker to go male, male, female, female. And by that I mean if you added the world records in all the possible combinations, the quickest world record, the quickest combination of the world records would be to go Thomas Chacon backstroke, 51.6, Adam Peaty breaststroke, 56.88, Gretchen Walsh fly, 55.18, which, funnily enough, is exactly the split we got on the new world record tonight from Gretchen Walsh, and then 51.71 by Sarah Sjöström. Obviously, that's not possible because they're all from different countries, but we did get one of them splits to the 10th by Gretchen Walsh tonight. As I've been doing every session of this Olympics, I'm going to recap all the events that happened tonight on day 8 finals. And if you enjoy this, hit the like button. And if you want to see more, there's just going to be one more recap, then make sure you do subscribe. There is no sales on today, but if you do want to support me and check out my website for training programs and merch, go to my website, www.theswimsuitguy.co.uk. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's racing. And we kicked off with the men's 100 butterfly. And we knew a couple of the players would go out fast, most notably Niels Castange, Maxime Grousset, and Josh Liendo, and they did not disappoint. We had 3 of them out in 23.2. Niels Castange actually went slower each round on the first 50, and maybe he should have just attacked it instead of trying to compose some energy, because he ended up finishing 6th. Maxime looked like he's hurt at the end. He finished 5th, even though he pulled out the 53 final to get in and really dedicate his time to this race. Someone who didn't pull out of the 53 final and got put into the 53 final took their opportunities in that with a 4th place finish, and it didn't hinder them tonight because they flew, becoming the 5th man in history under 50 seconds, 49.99. And I said it a couple of videos ago, I would give away some product on my website for free if we didn't see a 49 tonight, and it wasn't just Liendo. Liendo comes 2nd with 49.9, which meant we got 2. Christoph Milak, 4th at the turn in 23.4, come back in a blistering 26.5, swimming over the top of the front 3 to win in 49.90. No emotion after the race, but a great smile as he draped the Hungarian flags and walked around the venue. Brilliant swim, and a fun little fact for you, him and Tatiana Schoonmaker/Smith done the same thing. They won the 200 of their strokes, breaststroke and fly, last Olympics, and got silver in the 100. And then this Olympics, they won the 100 and got silver in the 200. Fun little twist of events. And now they have the golds and the silvers of both events. I think Tatiana got silver in the 100 breast last time. Other than that, I'm 100% sure. Ilya Karoun rounded out the podium for 2 Canadians on the podium with a brilliant 50.4, just ahead of Noé Ponte. I don't know what went on with Noé there. I think he's capable of more than that, and I feel like he'll be a little disappointed, which I'm sad to say. We then went into the women's 53 semi-finals, the last semi-finals of the entire Olympics, and it was pedestrian. 24.17 was 2nd, joint 7th was 24.40, and we almost saw a 25 in the semi-finals of the women's 50 freestyle. The only person that was not pedestrian was Sarah Sjöström, who flirted with the world record of 23.61, going 23.66. She currently has a 0.51 lead over Gretchen Walsh, who is in 2nd place. That's mental. She could win the 50 by 0.5 or more tomorrow. Gretchen was actually ahead at the start, but the underwater shot showed some really weird antics going on, especially with her left arm. As you catch, you want your fingers to go down, your elbow to go up, and then you want to hold your fingers down the whole way through. But as she gets the fingers down, her wrist then breaks, and she's actually losing the water. That's Gretchen Walsh. So hopefully that's something her and her coach can work on going forwards and be more productive in terms of holding water, because I think Gretchen has the highest ceiling just because of how fast she can get to 50. But right now, it's all Sarah. It's the Sarah show, and I think the Sarah Sjöström can go a new world record tomorrow if she executes, 0.06 better than she did tonight, which would be crazy to see. 23.5s on the cards. Women's 2 IM. I've never seen actually anything like it. This was a mad event. If you look at the results sheet, it's popping up as I do on these recaps, you will see 2 people down the bottom without a rank. So no one comes 7th, no one come 8th, because Ella Ramsey did not start. She didn't turn up to the race. And Alex Walsh was disqualified. Before we get into that, well, no, let's get into the first one. So we're watching walk out. Only 7 athletes walk out. Ella Ramsey doesn't show up. Now, I don't know what went down. She apparently swam this morning, has COVID, pulled out with illness. Now, as someone who coaches the 9th place finisher in the semi-finals in Nastia Gorbenko, I don't know how this went down. I don't think any of us were even slightly reported that there was a withdrawal. So it must have been a last-minute thing from the Australian camp. Now, you can argue that Nastia should have been there waiting ready. But if every person who come 9th at the Olympics warmed up and waited in the cool room to ultimately not get their swim, then it could take away from all your other races, you know. And ultimately, people generally withdraw with as much notice as possible because then they can tell the alternatives. This has never happened. There's never just not been a no-show. You know, take Maxime Grousset, who pulled out the 53 final. He'd done it instantly. There's actually a window where you have to officially withdraw, and then after that you can withdraw. And it was like, just do it. I don't know. I don't know what happened, and I'm sure I'll find out. And I hope everything was done in the best way possible. But it's weird not having someone in an Olympic final. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen it. No, in fact, no one's ever seen it. Maybe. No one in the comments on a live show had ever seen it. And the other guys are older than me. They've watched more Olympics, so, and been to more Olympics for what it's worth. Anyhow, the race unfolded with Alex Walsh going out very fast. She flew to 150 with Summer went out even faster to 100 under world record split. Then Alex crushed the breaststroke ahead of Summer, and then Alex extended the lead underwater, great underwater kicking on the freestyle leg. But then Summer closed so well to go a new Olympic record of 2:06.5. Brilliant swim, 30.4 on the back end. Kate actually had the faster back end, 30.1, to just touch out Alex Walsh, who ended up coming third. 2:06.9 from Kate, 2:07.0 by Alex Walsh. But then upset happened. Alex Walsh was disqualified for a back-to-breast turn, and I've seen the replay like 10 times. It was obvious. She was fully on her front before flipping. She did not touch the wall even close to on her side or back. So it was an obvious DQ, a silly rookie mistake, and someone who's been disqualified in the past for that exact same turn, Kaylee McEwen, ended up getting bumped from 4th to 3rd, and she was well off her best, 2:08.0. But yeah, she's the bronze medalist. We then had another great race, a race for the ages, the women's 800 freestyle, where people were saying that maybe Katie Ledecky could get beaten by Ariane Titmus. Now, Katie Ledecky has dominated this event for 12 years now. I remember going into the 2012 London Olympics, Rebecca Adlington was the favourite. She won in Beijing in 2008. And this young girl, I think 15 at the time, from the USA, beats the favourite and then wins it in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 2, 23. You get the picture. She keeps winning. But maybe she would get beaten today. Absolutely not. She went out aggressive under her own world record pace to 200 metres. Just to clarify, the world record is 8:04. Today it was won in 8:11. We knew it wasn't going to be a world record today, but Katie Ledecky went out hard to break Titmus, and Titmus clung on to 600 metres, but then could not keep going anymore. The crazy thing is then Paige Madden at 600 dropped a race for 3rd, dropped the other 3 girls she was tussling with, and started making an approach to the front of the podium. And there was a point when I was almost certain that Paige would overtake Ariane and might even touch Ledecky for the win. She didn't, but her splits were insane. 4:06.50 for the first 400, 4:06.50 for the second 400. A perfectly even split to go 8:13.00. A 5.9 second PB from trials, and it marks a 14-second improvement from January this year. Where in 2024 January, her PB was 8:27. Now she's an Olympic bronze medalist with a PB of 8:13, one of the fastest swims of all time. Titmus was second with a new PB and oceanic record of 8:12, and Ledecky, of course, won in 8:11.0, showing great mental resilience. We then had the mixed medley relay, and I've already spoiled it was a world record, but my God, it was a race. In fact, there was 2 teams under the world record, mirroring the Australian trials women's 200 freestyle, where 2 women went under the world record, we saw 2 under the previous GB world record, which I always said earlier was a fast team. 56 from Petey, 50 flat from Jimmy Guy, 58 8 lead off, 52 00 anchor. A very fast team, and it would take a very fast team to break it. France, China and America were the only ones who went the optimal male-male, female-female. So at 200, it was them 3. France were not in the race. They weren't. They were already dropped, and I don't think that bodes well for French medley hopes tomorrow. People thinking they might even be able to win that relay tomorrow. Watching this, I don't think they can. They had a good start, 52-8 and 58-6 from Léon Marchand, but it weren't enough to stand with. Ryan Murphy, 52-0 and 58-2 from Nick Fink. And 52-1 and 57-8 by Chin Haiyang. Yeah, Chin went 57-8 to touch first at the 200 mark. Now, at that point, Australia come past France. They had 50.4 from Matt Temple on the fly and 52-0 from Molly O'Callaghan to Mary and Beryl. It was game over. In fact, Australia ended up getting an oceanic record and crushing France to get the bronze medal. But the tussle between China and America prevailed. 55-1 from Gretchen outsplit Zhang Yufei 55-6. But the changeover from fly to free was way better from China. So even though there was a marginal 0.04 lead from America over China at 300 by 305 meters, it was all China. And Tori Husk went out fast, 24-5 to the 50 to Yang's 24-7. And then Yang come back hard. Both the girls split 51. 51-88 by Tori, 51-96 by Yang, and it was a .12 victory and world record by USA, with China going a new Asian record. Brilliant race. And I've always liked the mixed medley relay. Brett, Nate and the others, they always crap on it. I love the mixed medley relay. I love the different interactions the teams have. I love the crazy sights you see, like a Kaylee McEwen racing Ryan Murphy. Like, I love it. This was a great race, a super fast team and a brilliant world record. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as I said earlier, hit the like button if you did. Let me know any comments you have, because it's good for the algorithm, and subscribe if you want to see the last one of these tomorrow night. Check out my website to support me further, www.theswimsuitguy.co.uk, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.